Hey guys, good afternoon and welcome to the 330 Sports Show. My name is Justin Coffin. Today is Tuesday, August 29th, 2023. As you can see across from me, we have, well, I'm going to start with Jeremy.
The irrelevant one.
I'm going to start with Jeremy. He's been on our show before. Obviously, you know him from Youngstown Pizza Reviews. And then the real star of our show today, we have Zion Hensley, I don't know what the best word to describe you is. Maybe just a phenom. Just like a phenomenal young talent from right here in our area. How you guys doing?
Super.
Doing great.
Good. Zion, you told me you guys haven't started school yet. So, but at least thanks for coming in on your last couple of days of summer break.
Shout out to Western Reserve for doing it right and starting school after the fair.
Just saying, that's how school should totally be. Like after Labor Day and end on Memorial Day.
100%.
Like, you know,
why go back for like 3 days and then have a long weekend? I never understood it.
As a former teacher, you have no complaints from me. So, Zion, I'm going to go through your resume, and so you don't have to build yourself up. I'm going to do it for you because everybody out there that knows you knows what a great boxer you are. There might be a lot of people out there though that maybe have just casually heard your name and don't know all this stuff. So, first of all, 13 years old.
Yes.
13 years old. By the way, I said our youngest guest on the show. I've had Gianna Clement, who is 15, and David Del Toro, who's a high school as well. But I think you are now the official youngest guest on this show. So welcome. But you're an excellent student. You go to Western Reserve. So home of the Blue Devils out there. Yeah. And I'm going to just run through this and then we'll go over some bullet points. You are the Valley's first ever 4-time national champion. You are 6-0 at the USA's first ever female national tournament. You went through Detroit, Michigan and just swept it back in March. So that was awesome. And you've received guidance from like literally all the pros. So Jeremy, you know these guys' names. I mean, we all know Kelly Pavlik. He's the most recent. And he's one of your main trainers right now. But tell us some other people you've worked with.
So I won't really say worked with, but I met Clarissa Shields in Detroit actually, and the last nationals, and that was that. I met Alicia Baumgartner.
Okay.
I met Ray Mercer.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. In one of my fights in North Carolina.
Okay.
And for the casual boxing fan, you want to tell them who Clarissa Shields is?
Yeah, she's a world champion.
She's like the baddest woman on the planet, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not someone that has I couldn't tell you every boxer throughout each weight division, but you hear certain names and she's one of them that's there that you hear all the time.
It's like the Ronda Rousey of it,
exactly.
You just know the name.
Exactly.
And also the spotlight, you saying how that she's the Valley's first 4-time national champion with the history of boxing greats in this Valley. That just, to me,
is it five, I believe. And now, I mean, just unbelievable.
So yeah, to be kind of even put in that category, if she lived in, so-and-so Indiana,
exactly.
It might not be that big of a deal, but I mean,
not quite
Youngstown.
Yeah.
This is like boxing.
This is like the birthplace of boxing, literally, or the heartbeat of boxing. So thank you. All good? Okay. So let's stay on that point then. Like, what makes Youngstown such a special place for boxing for you and Jeremy? If you want to jump in on that too. So what do you think makes this area so special for boxing?
I'll start, I guess.
Okay.
To me, it's just it exemplifies, is that the right word? Whatever, the Youngstown and the grit and the blue collar and the nothing's given to you. You have to work for everything you get. And even though boxing might just be a small part of that, it's one of the more things that people see the most. So I don't think it's much of a surprise to see world champions coming out of here, to see professional athletes coming out of here. And I think it's just who we are. I think it's the whole Midwest.
Oh yeah.
But Youngstown in particular, nothing's handed to you here.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to work for it. Yeah. What do you think, Zion?
I feel like it's so tough here, so I feel like I wouldn't say easy for fighters to come out of, but I feel like it's easier than other places. But to be world champion, I don't think it's that easy though. But yeah,
like the work ethic, I think, and that Midwestern, like you said, that grit is just like you have to like you said, nothing is handed to you. You got to work for everything you get. And I think you've, I see in your dad's videos and some of the stuff Kelly Pavlik posts. It's like,
if you want to ever feel
it's
like
impressive.
a lazy piece of garbage, follow her dad or follow her Zion Hensley official page and watch her training videos, and you realize how, I don't want to say lazy, but you're like, my God.
Well, and I love what you guys do. It's not just with the gloves on. I see you guys cross training and doing all this other stuff. So I saw you on the track a bunch. And so like, tell us a little bit about your like training that you do.
Well, I do a lot of running.
Okay.
A lot of running, but track has helped me more. Like, usually if I didn't do track, I would be running anyway. But track just helping me more with my cardio and, getting my legs stronger. I also do a lot of, like, instead of, like, not really boxing, but, like, strength and conditioning stuff.
Yeah.
I've been doing the sledge. I've been working on that. We just added that in, actually. So, yeah, I've been doing that.
Is that with the tire when you're, like, hammering it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's like Rocky IV stuff up in the hills of Russia. Yeah.
So awesome. It really is, but it's like that kind of stuff like you don't think about. And it's like, how long are like is each individual round for you? The time. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So you don't just think about, defending yourself, throwing punches, being in the ring, the spotlight's on. 2 minutes doesn't sound like a long time.
Okay, so I feel like like the hours that I put in, but then it's only 2 minutes. Like,
but that's for you. I think if you put any common person in the ring for 2 minutes, that 2 minutes is going to feel like an eternity.
I challenge somebody to just go hit a bag for 2 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just standing there and you're in just shadow box in front of a mirror for 2 minutes, throwing punches.
It is not easy. And I will self-admittedly make fun of myself here. Like I'm not wearing it today, but with my Apple Watch, if I need to get some more points at the end of the day, I maybe have done that, in the mirror before. But that is not easy to do what you do. So I love the fact that you guys do that cross training to build up your endurance as well. So we got a big fight coming up this weekend, right? So let's talk about that first, and then we'll get into some more fun stuff. So what's going on with that this weekend?
So it's on the 2nd. It's this Saturday. And I'm fighting a girl from Indiana.
Okay.
And it's in Pittsburgh.
Okay. And so, Jeremy, you're going?
Yeah, I'll be there.
You'll be there. So tell us a little bit about like what to expect at a fight like this. Like the lights, the crowd, all that kind of stuff.
What you would expect. I mean, it's not obviously the size or the scale of
sure,
go to Vegas and watch a fight, but I've seen her fight one time live in Niles, and like I said, it's a nice setup. They got the ring, you got the different levels of seating, and I'll tell you what, watching these kids fight, it's entertaining. But I will say this: the fight I went to see her at out in Niles, I can't remember how many fights were on the card. It was quite a bit, maybe 12, 15 fights, whatever. And it was night and day when she fought. Like the other ones are entertaining, but like she comes out and it's like Jordan entered the arena. There people were chanting Z. It was pretty awesome.
That's really cool.
It's if you're looking for a road trip, meet up with us Saturday because she puts on a show.
So when we say Pittsburgh, where exactly in Pittsburgh?
Wexford.
Area, okay.
So it's kind of right there.
Yeah. So actually, even a little bit closer to the Youngstown area.
All right. Reasonable, $25, I think, for general admission tickets.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. And I'm sure there's multiple fighters on this ticket.
I'm pretty sure there's
12
fighters.
Fights.
Okay. All right.
Z's dad off to the side, shouting out facts for us. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's about 5.
Okay. So you're gonna get a bang for your buck here with this too, and see our great local fighter as well as some others from probably around the country. Do you guys know? Are they local? Or are they from?
There is a couple coming out of Indiana and stuff, but I don't know if there's anyone else.
Okay. All right. Very good. So, Zion, when you're about to go in the ring, let's say you said your fight 5 on Saturday. Okay. So your fight 5. So when that first bell rings, what's your mindset? Like you got 4 fights to go, but like, what are you doing a couple, before, that
Relaxing.
are you okay?
Just sitting down, relaxing. Well, actually, sometimes I'm that fast because usually in nationals, I'm like way almost like to the end. Usually, like these the past one though,
Mm-hmm.
I was like about 5. Like I was pretty close, but I kind of like being later because I'm so used to it.
Yeah.
Because usually I'm like about 15, about 20, and I'm used to just waiting.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably be getting my hand draft like about 1 or 2.
Okay.
And then just relaxing, just, shadow box a little bit, stay crisp, warm.
Okay.
And then before, like probably about 4 or about 3, I'll get my gloves on.
Okay. Are you listening to music? Are you talking to your dad? Or are you talking to your coaches?
Usually, well, if there's like a building somewhere, I'll stay in the pool.
Mm-hmm.
Because is it outside? I think it is outside.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, usually I'll just be like cool down, and then not right before, but probably like a couple bouts before.
Yeah.
I'll start getting warm.
Okay.
When do you eat your M&Ms?
Like right when I'm about to go in there.
Oh.
You want to tell Justin
Okay.
about that?
Yeah. Tell me about the
so
M&Ms.
every time before I fight, I eat peanut M&Ms.
Okay.
And specifically the peanut ones.
Okay.
Are you a superstitious man, Justin?
I am.
I love it.
I am. Not so much like, I mean, my playing days and athletic days are way behind me now, but like even now as a sports fan, and I'm sure you do this with your teams, like if I'm sitting a certain way and something's going good, I'm not moving.
Oh, no.
Or if there's
I've
a
thrown
certain
t-shirts
outfit
away.
or exactly.
This is
There's
unlucky.
certain things. So peanut M&Ms are your superstition.
Yeah.
Okay. And peanut butter or peanut? Peanut. Okay. So
Yes.
that could be something easy.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can't donate $100 or $200. Hey, send the kids some peanut M&Ms.
Yeah, and just when I fought in nationals, they were red, white, and blue ones. Usually,
Okay.
There's like a limited edition one, something like that, and they're red, white, and blue. And my dad gave me a red and a white and a blue one.
Okay.
There you go.
I feel like, and you have hopes to be an Olympian eventually. That, I mean, is there a better endorsement than red, white, and blue M&Ms for a possible future Olympian
We'll have
here?
to save this video clip. And
Yeah.
Submit it to M&M's
Exactly.
in 3 years.
Which is, hey, not too far from Wexford, PA. So just saying. Okay. So Zion, let's go back all the way to the beginning. When did you first start thinking about maybe boxing?
When I was 8 years old.
8 years old. Okay. So way back 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was the initial thought? Like, what did somebody else bring it up to you? Did you see it or?
I just found it.
Okay.
It was just there, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool, and I just liked it.
Yeah. So what did you see that, like, when you say you saw it, what
was
did you
like
see it
a
on
double
TV?
M&M. It was
Oh,
like-
okay.
It was in my family member's basement, and I just saw it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Because usually I'm always just like playing, doing whatever.
Yeah.
And that day, I just finally like really noticed it was there.
Okay.
And I put on the gloves, and then I started hitting it. I was like, this is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
my dad took me to a professional fight just to see what it is,
Mhm.
how it works. And it was pretty cool.
Mhm.
And I still liked it. And my dad thought I wasn't going to like it, but I did. Then, after that, I finally went to the gym to train.
Okay.
And then I just fell in love with it.
Okay. And you've loved it ever since.
Yes.
Okay. That's pretty awesome. So
Then
when
after that, I started sparring, and I started
Okay.
fighting. And then I went to nationals when I was like 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always think like people, like we talk about shadow boxing and doing all this. And then, did you ever hear, I think it was Mike Tyson, he said, and
I know exactly what you're going to say.
he's like, everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
So it's like, when was the first time that you got hit and you're like, damn, like I got hit in the face?
Probably when I first, when I ever first sparred.
Okay.
That day, but it didn't really affect me.
Mhm.
Like it wasn't really like, oh, I don't like this. I don't
Okay.
like it.
Okay. But sometimes that like triggers athletes to be like, all right,
Yeah.
now it's on, like
Mhm.
that kind of thing.
And there's a photo, one of the more shared photos in like her career.
Mhm.
Were you 8 or 9 around when that?
Yeah, you're right.
And
The
I think
bloody
that's what
nose?
she's talking about. And
Yeah.
like her whole
Oh,
face
yeah.
is bloodied up, which is the backstory of the shirt, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But why don't you tell Justin the story about the decision you had to make with your nosebleed? Because apparently
Oh.
there's like she had a nose that was prone to nosebleed.
Yes, like
Okay.
you could just flick it and it would just start bleeding.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot have that because in nationals, you'll like if it keeps bleeding and you can't stop it, they're gonna disqualify you.
Okay.
Amateurs though, if they see blood,
Mm-hmm.
it's like
Okay.
even though she could be 100% fine.
Yeah, right.
They're going to stop it.
Okay.
Kids.
So when I was 10,
Mm-hmm.
I had to get my nose cauterized. And if you don't know what that is,
I know.
It's like where you like burn or whatever.
Yeah.
And they like put it up your nose. It was horrible. It hurts so bad because they had like these nitrate sticks and I had to put it up my nose and they like burned the vessel and it was horrible.
Oh,
did you cry?
Not in the beginning, but then afterwards, yeah, I did.
She held it together until she went to the car with her dad.
Yeah.
Anybody that's
yeah, and it was her choice. Like
that was your choice.
Her dad,
because I mean, you love the sport, and you're like, if I
Mm-hmm.
can't do what I love,
You know.
and because of it, it's unfortunate because some people just like I have one of those noses. When I was younger, it doesn't happen much anymore,
Mhm.
but be like, my nose is bleeding. Why is it bleeding? You know what I mean? And when people hit you in the face, or
It just makes it worse.
yeah, exactly. So,
But it hasn't bled since that happened. So
Okay.
that's good. But I think I'll probably have to get it re-cauterized when I'm older just to make sure.
I bet you're looking forward to that.
No, I'm not.
So, well, let's go right into that with the t-shirt then. So tell us about the t-shirt.
Want to tell about it?
Yeah. So we got that shirt from that one picture,
Jeremy,
And-
will you stand up? So,
and it's on
Sorry.
Pure Grit, and you can go on my
Okay.
Facebook and you can order them to support me and stuff.
Yeah,
And-
her own line, and all the proceeds go right to her.
right on your Facebook page.
Yeah.
So Zion Hensley official.
Yeah.
Okay. So look for that on Facebook. And then, Jeremy, since we're talking about that, let's talk about these awesome gloves too.
Yeah. So again, we haven't talked about it yet, but I don't think a lot of people understand. I didn't understand until I met her and her dad, and I've had multiple conversations with her dad, how much money it costs her to continue to do what she's doing. It's one thing, and I don't want to like say like people are under her, but like it's one thing if you're just a casual going to a boxing gym to do it as a hobby.
Right.
You could survive just going to the local boxing gyms and fighting. But her, especially being a girl in a male dominated sport,
Sure.
I mean, you are seeing it starting to gain popularity. It's impossible for her to get sparring partners.
Mm-hmm.
Like, who's she going to spar in Youngstown?
Right.
Like, really? And that's not her being cocky.
Yeah.
I'll brag her
Well,
up. She
especially
hates
someone
doing
her
it.
own age
Yeah.
or
like,
her weight size. You
and she'll
know.
even fight girls older than her. Like,
Mhm.
I don't even, it's hard for her to find sparring partners.
Mhm.
Let's just leave it at that. So,
Sure.
a huge expense for them is they'll actually fly people in to spar
Oh.
or she'll drive or fly places to spar. What's the furthest you've gone to spar yourself? I know you were outside of like New York once. Didn't you go to?
Wow.
Yeah, Kentucky, Indiana. we went
Wow.
to.
Yeah, so Philadelphia.
Philadelphia.
they just
So
go
we're talking like 6-7 hour trips just to have a
hotels.
spar. Yeah, exactly.
And then even at that, the supplements and the
Mhm.
healing. You know, like I just learned
All my
recently.
equipment too.
Equipment.
Mhm.
I mean, like, in the 8 months I've known her, I met her in January when
Okay.
we did our pizza review. Like she went from like a little, she's still a little girl, but like she's grown in 6
Yeah,
months. Like,
Right.
so those amazing Youngstown pizza review shorts are almost outgrown. So we got to get new ones. But it's so much money. And
Yeah.
all sports are money. All sports are a lot of money. But yeah, when she goes to nationals, when she
Yes.
goes to these tournaments,
The
Mhm.
Nationals like so expensive because they're never close. The
Mhm.
closest one was Cleveland, and then they're always in Texas though, and Louisiana, Wichita. It's like not that close.
Yeah, right,
And
right.
it's so expensive to go there.
and like, so it's just expensive.
No
you know?
doubt.
And it's not like they don't have money. Like her dad has a good career, good job, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
So what we've tried to do when we did our pizza review at first is just kind of help them with their fundraising.
Yeah.
They always run a fundraiser throughout the year through this amazing local nonprofit called Brighten Up for the Kids, which is now also sharing the trunks with their logo, us and them, which you can't ask for two better trunks.
Yeah.
Trunk logos. But all the money that gets raised goes through this nonprofit. They do it the right way.
Yes.
You know, it's not like some scam. Oh,
Right.
we're using our stud kid to raise money.
Mhm.
Like, it's done the right way. It's
Sure.
through this nonprofit. Everything's tracked. You can go on at any time and request where every penny goes. I mean,
Sure.
her dad even tells me that they'll go to Applebee's to eat. Like, it's not like they're going to more
Yeah, right,
Steakhouse
right, right.
and living it up. So anyway, that's just a little quick reasoning for their fundraiser. So we were trying to think of something like that could potentially get people's interest
Yeah.
And it's different. It's
in
not-
different. I'm like, what could we? Because
Mhm.
you know how it is. People could raffle off,
Yeah.
TV or
Right.
gift cards, and yeah, you'll donate
Mhm.
just to be nice. But what could we come up with that would be like, ooh, I want those.
Yeah.
And so what we have in front of us here are the only two in existence. You will not find
here
anywhere else.
Well, here.
Yeah, just hold it up. So these are boxing gloves autographed by her coach, Kelly Pavlik, and Zion autographed on
Pretty
top.
awesome.
So we got two of them, and so two winners. They'll each win one of each. And then they're throwing a couple T-shirts in also. And then the other cool thing that they're giving away, local
that's cool.
artist,
I didn't see your signature on there too.
Oh yeah, on our
That's
shirt.
very cool.
Local artist Ron Moore. Want to hold that up?
Yeah, sure.
How long ago was that he did that painting? A couple months ago. I think, did he just reach out to you randomly?
Mm-hmm.
Just randomly reached out and said, he does these paintings,
Awesome.
and he just wanted to do a painting for free. So he did that painting for. It's a big painting, and then he did limited edition prints, and an even more limited edition signed by both Z and him. So he's given two of these.
That is really cool.
Also, so.
And if you're a boxing fan, that is an awesome the gloves and the I don't know what we want to call it, a lithograph, a painting, whatever, is. I mean, and those are signed as well. So
correct.
Very, very cool.
So if you go on our Facebook page,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she shared it on her official page too. You can find out how to buy tickets. We tried to cover all bases.
Mm-hmm.
I know it's a Venmo world.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is anymore. So I have my Venmo on there. I just figured it'd be easier for me to go through me, and then I'm just going to disperse the money to the fund.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But if you're also one of those anti-online people that don't like sharing info, or doing digital transactions, our good friend Jimmy at St. A's Bistro agreed to sell tickets at his pizza shop. So if you're the old school type that want to go in and actually write out your own ticket, you could go there and buy your tickets.
Okay. All right. So, and that's in Struthers.
In Struthers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. And how long?
Great pizza too.
Yeah. I've only had it one time.
Yeah.
One time. And I'm just like sad I don't live a little bit closer, but
Yeah.
it is amazing and it is worth the wait. If you have not had it, go get it.
We don't know when we're going to give them away yet. We're kind of waiting.
Yeah, I was going to ask that next. Okay.
I would say we'll let it run for a month. It's
Yeah.
already been a couple weeks. So sometime in September.
I got my name in the hat for a pair of
Justin
those.
was
So
one of the first to buy tickets.
So no, those are it's really cool because most boxing gloves you see are red.
Yeah.
You don't see the white too often, and that looks cool. It like pops, and that would be great on a display case or with some other, sports memorabilia. So that's really cool. You don't see boxing gloves too often. So, and in the city of boxing, literally, the heartbed of boxing right here in Youngstown, Ohio.
And it's coach and student. Like,
that is cool
just think
too.
down the road. I don't want to put pressure or whatever. Let's just think 10 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
If she ends up becoming a world champion and Kelly's still training her, it's a storybook movie type.
It
story,
really is.
It really is. Youngstown born and bred, Youngstown royalty. We all love Kelly, even though he's had his issues or whatever. Like, he stayed loyal to Youngstown. He's loyal to here. We all love him. And then he's bringing up and helping the young girl breaking through glass. I mean, it's a storybook, really. So
you got any more cliches you want to throw out?
Exactly. I feel like I'm raging. No. It's all true though, because it's cool. It's really cool. You can literally have the first two ever signed by both of them.
That's awesome.
Like, it's number 1 of 1 and 2 of 2.
That's so cool. So cool. So when you're doing your training with Kelly, where is that at? Is that the Columbiana gym or where is that?
Yeah, that's in Columbiana at my gym.
Okay. All right. Very cool.
He is getting a new gym actually.
In Boardman, right?
Yeah, right.
I did see that.
Bruno Brothers Pizza.
Very cool. Okay.
Talk about a cool story there.
Eventually,
I know you've been trying to get Kelly on. I know that's going to happen eventually, but I'll let
him.
He
he has been on before, but it's been almost 3 years. Okay. So it's been a while since he's been on.
I don't want to say stuff that ain't true, but just know what he's doing with this gym. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it should be done pretty soon.
Yeah.
I should be going in there.
So if you're sparring and you and also if you knock somebody out over there too, the St. E's is right across the street. So I mean, hey, why not? So okay. You mentioned what was I already forgot what her name was. What was the name of the boxer you mentioned earlier? Clarissa, yeah. So is that who you try to emulate, or do you have anyone, or do you just have your own style?
I usually have my own style. I'll put together I'll take some stuff from people.
Yeah.
Because they're of course better. So why wouldn't I? So
Are
I
they
take-
are they better though?
Yes.
Are they?
They're really better. So I'll take stuff from them. But I don't really. I try to come up with my own style, like put things together and make it my own.
Okay. And that's good. And that's what I hear. Cause I mean, I know basketball, I know, certain other sports that I've either coached or played, but I don't know boxing. But what I do know is athletes that are really good or at the top of their level, they take little things from other people's games that they like and we're like, hey, I could work on that. I could get better at that.
Yes.
So what do you think the strongest part of your game, if you want to say it like that, your boxing skills are?
Ooh,
You're fast
I
from
was
those
gonna say,
videos.
yeah, I would say probably my speed, but my power's pretty good too.
Mhm.
But of course, I can always get stronger.
Okay. And
my favorite thing to do when I watch her fight,
yeah,
it's like you could train all you want, but until you're in the ring with somebody, and like,
oh yeah,
a couple times I've watched, and a lot of these are just through live streams her dad will send me, and I watch most all of her fights now.
yeah.
You could see that oh shit moment on that opposing person, like oh shit.
They get the deer in headlight look.
In fact, this is somewhat factual. I'm not going to state that this was this boxer's state of mind, but in nationals last time, she fought to win, and she went to her bout to go to the finals.
Yeah.
And the girl that had also qualified to go to the finals watched her semifinal bout, and then gracefully bowed out of the finals.
Oh,
Forfeited.
didn't even compete.
I'm not saying that she watched the
She's
fight
a little
and said,
scared.
F this, but it sure seemed like it.
Yeah. And that's
let's put it
someone
that
that
way.
got to the finals.
She was already in the finals.
Wow.
Like, to me, there's no more dominant thing to do than somebody look and say, nope,
That's,
not doing that. I'm good.
Tip my hat.
Congrats.
Move on to the next
I'm good
one.
with the silver.
She didn't want an extra
She didn't want
loss
that
in
smoke.
her. Yeah.
I was so ready though. It just annoyed me so bad because I was literally ready to fight, and then
Yeah. That's
That's
probably
my
a
fight.
little disappointing too. You
Yeah, it
do all
was-
that work and it's like, come on,
mhm.
like I'm ready to go.
So what is she doing instead? She's like, I'll fight this 2-time Canadian national champion who's a class above me and beat her.
Oh my gosh. So you guys, do you really work hard? You're only 13, but still
Almost
like
14.
like almost 14, but like still like females with weight, like I was taught you never ask a girl her weight or anything like that. But in boxing, you kind of have to disclose it. It's an important thing. So do you have to be, what's the threshold with like your weigh-ins and stuff like that with how you have to be?
So my last nationals, I was 106.
Okay.
I could be all the way up to 105.9.
Okay.
Like that's the highest I could be,
Okay.
unless I'm like 106 on the dot. But if you go anywhere above that, like you could be 106.1
Mhm.
and you're over, and then you can get disqualified.
Now that's like for your weigh-in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But after that, it's whatever,
I'm-
right?
yeah.
You can eat
But I
your
still-
pasta,
well,
your M&Ms.
I still have to watch though because
Okay.
usually I'll fight like 3 or 4 days,
Mhm.
so I have to keep my weight the whole time.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
can't really just eat whatever. I can still
Yeah.
eat, but I can't just like go all
Yeah.
out eating everything. But
Sure. Okay.
yeah,
Mhm.
I'll start. Yeah, I have to run every day too.
Okay.
I'll try to strategically get her on pizza reviews right
Yeah.
after tournaments
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I know she's got
You got to back build
Yeah.
your carb loading. No, that's great. Because I was going to say, you're like, well, those M&Ms probably taste even better. Like when you don't have to worry about a
Yes.
weight.
Like it's so weird. After I have to like watch what I eat and everything,
Yeah.
and eat healthy. Right afterward, food just tastes better. Like it just
Mhm.
tastes different.
Mhm.
I'm
like,
sure.
If there's like something sweet and then I eat it, it just tastes different. Like it's better than
Mhm.
it was.
Well, it's like delayed gratification too, because you're training yourself so long, and then it's like, all right, I can take a breather at least for a day, and then I can get back into it.
I just thought of something.
Hmm.
Oh no, you could do it after the fact. Talk about bad timing for the Canfield Fair.
Mm.
You have
Yeah.
to-
I know.
Now, are you going to go after the fight and really indulge? Because you really can't go and indulge before
That's
your
right.
fight.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So the fight's Saturday,
I can still eat a little bit, but
maybe Monday.
Yeah.
She can go Monday. Yeah. Yeah.
Get some fries. And
Yeah. Especially after you make short work of your
yeah,
opponent,
what's your
hopefully.
favorite thing to get?
Mine, you know what? That's a good question. So I saw, I've never had it, but I think I've never had it at the fair, I will say. But they have these Chicago dogs there this year that I heard are amazing. So, and I think it's like an Antone's spinoff
Like a hot
type
dog?
thing. It's like a hot dog, but it's like a different type of hot dog. It's like a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
So it's like more like maybe sausage, like a,
Okay.
Chicago has those
There's, like,
different
the
kind of
mustard and-
buns.
yeah.
And like the poppy seeds maybe or something like that. So probably that, but I mean, you can't go wrong with like DeRusso's or
Gotta get French or fries. You gotta get
I'm
Molnar
not
cinnamon
I'm
roll.
not people are gonna get mad, but I'm not a big like fair French fry guy. I don't know.
I'll see you guys.
Yeah. You know what's weird? Last year, I only went one day last year. I got Chinese food.
I just can't do it.
I was like, it was actually pretty
Not
good.
bad.
I
But
think I did too. I think I remember me getting like noodles or something.
yeah, it was
good,
noodle.
though.
Yeah, it
Like
was good.
lemon shakes.
And-
Come on.
Yeah, I
Alright,
know.
I get a
Good old
cherry
hose
float.
water
I get
and
a cherry float.
Cherry float?
floats are good.
Okay.
I love cherry
And Jeremy, like pizza excluded. I know
Yeah.
they do have pizza.
Roxbury shout out.
Yeah, Roxbury's solid.
Shirley's Italian sausage.
Okay.
One of my go-tos. Molnar's cinnamon rolls. Molnar's hoagies. Got to get a hand-dipped corn dog. I mean, I go all
That-
in. Like I train for this all year. I don't even lie. Like I spend so much money at the fair.
I mean,
I do damage.
Yeah. And you got to make sure still though you can fit into your new Youngstown Clothing Company T-shirt too. that
100%.
You're probably getting there as well.
They just dropped. By the way,
So-
go to their page. They just dropped. I think they have 12 or 15 new designs.
It's
this year.
incredible. It's incredible. All right, let's get back to boxing, but we're gonna mix food in here
Okay.
because I know Jeremy's an expert. I mean, I love food a little bit too.
You
so-
lost a little credibility with that French fry comment, Justin.
I know, I did. I really did. All right, so let me see. Outside of boxing, though, what kind of hobbies do you have? You're just a kid still, so what do you like outside of boxing?
I like being outside. I like hiking a lot.
Okay.
And actually, when I was at nationals, I went kayaking.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I went for so there's like an abandoned boat,
Okay.
and it was like way out, like in the lake,
Yeah.
and I went all the way out there. And it was so much fun. So I
And
actually
was this
wanted-
in Detroit or where was nationals at?
Toledo, right?
Yeah,
Toledo.
it was Toledo.
Oh, until so probably on the
Yeah.
Maumee River
Yeah.
there. Mhm.
I think it was
Or maybe even Lake Erie.
like
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And it was pretty cool.
That's
Fun
cool.
doing that.
Tell them a
Okay.
funny story about the Hawaiian that you were with and how they'd never seen.
Oh yeah. So so we had a whole Hawaiian team come down
Okay.
to our Airbnb that we had in Toledo, and they never saw like lake water, fresh water.
Fresh water.
Oh.
It's all salt water.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And it's
Yeah.
always clear blue. And when they came down here, they were like, "What is this?" Because
It
was
probably
all, like,
looked dirty. Yeah, it looks dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So then they were all like playing in it and stuff,
Yeah.
jumping in it and stuff.
You don't think about it.
No,
Like,
it's
it's like when they see snow. With the
yeah.
fresh, what is
That's
this
a good
fresh water?
point.
This isn't.
Interesting. Yeah, I would have never even thought about that. Yeah, it's an island in the ocean. But yeah, okay. So do you watch any boxing movies? Like being a boxer?
Rocky.
You've seen the Rocky movies.
Yeah,
Do you
I saw
have
all of them and Creed? So.
okay? Do you have a favorite out of all like the boxing movies? And same, I'm gonna ask you two
Okay.
to follow
I
up
don't
on
know.
that.
Rockies, I don't think so because there's just too many to pick from.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the original one though because it was the first one.
Okay.
Academy Award
And-
winner.
Yeah.
I feel like the first Creed. Like I feel like usually it's always the first one that's the best.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the original. But did you see Creed 3?
I have not seen
I
the
did.
latest Creed.
Okay,
No,
I saw
yeah.
it. I don't think it was that good though.
Okay.
Not to cut down on
I
it, but it
will
wasn't-
say
It
from
was
what
a little
I've seen.
unbelievable.
Yeah, it wasn't,
Yeah.
I mean, they're all really. No one's gonna get punched like that in the Rocky movies.
Right.
But it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it was a little.
That's what I would like in the future. I'd like to get you and Kelly, and I want to break down a boxing movie, and I want you guys to like analyze.
yeah.
Like, no, that's
Yeah.
because I'll watch Rocky, like the original ones, especially with him and Apollo going at it. Like, neither of these guys have their gloves up,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
none of them are
Or they're,
defending
like,
each
not
other.
even moving their head. They're just
Yeah.
just getting hit.
They're just taking an absolute beating.
Like there
and-
was one. I think it was the first or the second one. I think where like Rocky threw like 5 jabs
Mhm.
and like it hit him like every single one.
Yeah, it's not believable.
Yeah.
There's a cool. Do you follow any like rock climbing and stuff like
A
that?
little
Like I'm
bit.
a
A little bit.
fascinated
Yeah.
by that. And
Yeah.
Alex, the guy that did the Free Solo movie,
Okay.
and there's a thing on YouTube of him and other climbers watching like what's that Sylvester Stallone movie where he's
Oh,
climbing the
cliffhanger. Yeah.
and just saying how ridiculous it is.
Yeah.
Like this is so not real. So it's kind of similar what you
Yeah.
want to do with her and Kelly.
Exactly. But like a boxer or a boxing coach or someone that's around boxing can probably pick that apart. Whereas the casual fan is like, this is awesome. Just like wailing away on each other. Rocky 4 though.
See, I'm Rocky 1. Rocky 4 is like, it's entertaining, but Rocky 1 is just so good.
I wish they wouldn't
so
have made
good.
Rocky 5 because that's by far the worst one.
Yeah,
There's
that's
a
the
sixth
Tommy.
one.
Oh, is
That's
there?
the Tommy
Yeah.
Morrison one. Is that 5?
That's 5.
Okay,
Yeah.
that was.
I didn't know. There's a 6th one.
Yeah, I think it's just called Rocky Balboa.
Okay. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Is there any other?
I completely forgot about
What's
that.
the Russell Crowe boxing movie? Underdog or Dark? It's like something like Underdog.
There's a couple really good ones. Southpaw's really good. If you've never seen that, but
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I met this one lady.
Mhm.
The first lady of boxing. Her name's Jackie Callan.
Okay.
I met her, and there was a movie about her. It was called Against the Ropes, but with Meg Ryan.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man.
Have
yes.
you seen that?
No,
Cinderella
I
Man.
watched like a little bit of it, but I don't know.
What's the Clint Eastwood one? $1 Million Baby.
That's
Yeah.
a real
That's
good
one.
one,
It,
too.
Yeah.
you've had to
Okay,
have seen that?
But okay, this is one thing about that movie.
All right, here's the boxer watching it.
All right, here's the one thing about that movie that was like kind of, and that probably wouldn't happen. When she fell and hit the.
Oh,
Brooklyn. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
don't think that would happen. Like she's
Mhm.
not gonna get pushed down. Like didn't she get
Yeah,
pushed
I think so.
and then hit her head on like the stool or something? Like I
Mhm.
don't think that's really gonna happen.
And the
But-
last one I can think of too, Raging Bull, is like an all-time
Yeah, that's
classic.
all-time.
That's really good.
That's
And that-
older.
I mean, so it was made in like the late 70s, early 80s, but I think it
Niro,
was
right?
based on like the 50s.
De Niro.
Yeah, De Niro. Yeah. And a lot of people will say it's like one of the best sports movies ever made.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's awesome. So Against the Ropes is that movie? I'll have to
think I've
look for
seen
that.
it. I haven't seen
I'll have
it.
to check for that. And Meg Ryan,
Mhm.
the actress. Okay. All right. Very good. So if hypothetically you and Kelly are training, you and your dad are working, you get what's your goal in let's say 5 years from now? You're probably what, like a senior in high school in 5 years or so.
Mhm.
What's the goal for 5 years from now, hypothetically?
5 years from now. Well, in 2028,
Mm-hmm.
which is 5 years from now. To go to the Olympics,
And you know where it's at?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles.
And-
That's
come
right.
Yeah, you said you're going.
I'm going. I told her if she's there, I'll be
We
there.
will get a whole contingent from Youngstown to come out and watch.
But also something that's closer. So I'm going to be a junior. So right now I'm
Yeah.
intermediate. I'm hoping to go to a training camp out either in Colorado or California
Oh yeah.
that's coming up pretty soon.
Okay.
Like I don't know exactly when, but like I think I'll be like 14 or 15.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that.
I'm pretty sure the U.S. Olympic like training site is in Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, but that would be pretty. And you would get to test your endurance too with the higher
Yeah.
altitude, which would be
Mhm.
cool. But like you said, maybe California as well.
Yeah.
So okay, that would be great. Do you do anything to now? You mentioned you like to stay kind of cool
Mhm.
before a fight, kind of like just relax
Yes,
and stuff.
I'm super calm.
Okay.
Super. I'm not like I don't get all like hyped up.
Okay.
I like
So
to stay
I
calm.
think you just answered my question then, because
Okay.
I was gonna say, is there anything that like
Pump me up.
pumps you up? Yeah.
Uh-uh.
No.
No.
No. Like
Like,
so.
I'd say I get more ready about before,
Mhm.
but I don't really do anything to get myself ready. I'm just calm. I don't really do anything.
Okay.
So she's not in the corner with Eminem.
Yeah.
Lose yourself.
Yeah. No. No.
Closed
No.
headphones.
Well, see, like,
yeah.
I wish I could get to like
Yeah.
that. Like, I think that's another level.
Dude, it's next level.
Yeah, it
like,
really
it
is.
is
I'm
next
still
level.
nervous though. Like I can still feel it in my stomach. That I'm
Mhm.
a little nervous, but I
Have you ever got sick before a fight?
No.
No.
usually sometimes I have to go to the bathroom though. Like I
Yeah.
always have to like pee
Yeah.
before.
Mhm.
And
I
don't
mean,
know
that's
why,
understandable.
like even if I already go, I just still. I don't know
Yeah.
why.
No. I understand. I understand. Are you a trash talker at all? You don't seem like it. Okay. Have you ever been trash talked in the ring?
No.
Okay.
But my first fight ever, when I was like 9, the girl, so like I was getting my hands checked or something, or like the doctor was checking me, and the girl that I was fighting was behind me, and she's like jumping up all and down, like jumping up and down and stuff, and it was just like
She was like showboating a little
yeah,
bit.
but I stopped her. So
How do you think you'd handle a trash talker?
Yeah.
Do you think you talk back, or do you think you would just let your hands?
I might. It depends what they said.
Yeah.
Sometimes the best response is just your performance in the ring,
Like there's other great YouTube videos. You'll see like face-offs.
Oh,
One
yeah.
guy's just jawing and jawing and jawing and talking, and the other guy's just standing there like looking at him. And
Oh, yeah.
beats the crap out of him. It's like sometimes that's the best.
It's like I feel like that with like people that are in MMA or even karate or something, or jujitsu or something like that. It's like you see all like these people that aren't trained at all, whether it's boxing, fighting, defense, whatever it might be. And like these people are like talking all this trash, doing all this stuff. And then like the person that's trained, just like one shot, boom, they're out. Do you have like a favorite memory so far from all your boxing matches or training sessions?
There's so many. Well, I don't know about like training sessions, but I do remember like the just last nationals that I won. That was probably my favorite.
Okay.
And it was an all-female tournament and international. That was probably my favorite one.
Have you ever boxed against a guy? Okay.
I sparred a little bit, but I don't really do that now because they're like different. So no, not really.
Okay. Dad, let me ask you that. Do you have a favorite memory of hers so far? Okay.
Come on the camera for a second.
Okay, I'll come over
Just
real
for a
quick,
second.
just for a minute.
Say hello.
And you just talk right in that microphone. So what's your favorite Zion memory so far?
It would have to be her first nationals. I was watching outside on a screen in the parking lot on the live screen.
Okay.
And I was out there yelling at the camera because I was too nervous to go inside. And she ended up winning. And I could just remember running as fast as I could across this huge venue in Shreveport, Louisiana. And she ran across to me and just jumped in the air, and I caught her. And it was probably something I'll never forget.
That's so cool.
First one.
See, I love that, but my favorite isn't that. Mine's the last one.
Okay.
Because it was an all-female tournament, and it was just so special, and I won it. So.
Yeah. And you guys are I say you guys, you girls are putting boxing on the map for, maybe someone that 5 years ago, if you wouldn't have developed that love for boxing, maybe they see someone like you fighting, and then they become the next generation of female fighters.
It's the next in the line of combat sports. I mean, you saw it with Ronda Rousey.
Yes.
And her name's escaping me. Who's the other? Holly Holm, but the other one that just retired from UFC, Amanda Nunes.
Oh, okay.
Like they're main eventing. So that. I think they kind of broke through the barrier.
Oh yeah.
And then you saw it in WWE, even though but you saw Becky Lynch and you saw Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey when she went like their main event in WrestleMania. Yeah. And I think boxing's the only one that hasn't quite gotten there yet, but you're seeing
it's coming.
I think it's coming.
Yeah.
And also, not that long ago, Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor was I'm pretty sure it was the first $1 million.
Like the purse for it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's coming. I mean, it's just a matter of time.
Oh, for sure.
This isn't. These girls aren't girls.
Yeah,
like the older people, like these.
Yeah.
You watch her. I mean, these are badass.
Yeah.
And they're high level athletes.
But you can still be a badass in the ring and a straight A student in the classroom too. So you're a multi-talented young lady that's got a long, great future ahead of you. So is there any rules in boxing you're not a huge fan of that you would like to change?
Okay. How, like, for professionals, they only fight 10 rounds, 2 minutes, and guys fight 12 rounds, 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
So if they could, like, even do, like, 10 rounds, 3 minutes, but I think I would rather have 12 rounds, 2 minutes.
Okay.
12 twos. That's what I probably want.
Especially if you're the better conditioned fighter, you
Yeah.
want it to go longer and gives you a little bit of a heads up there. So when you enter the ring, and I haven't been to one of your matches so far, I would love to get to one, maybe Saturday. I haven't committed to it yet, but I would like to.
There's another local one in the mix, possibly, correct? Kelly might be doing a local one for his
Oh,
gym. So
that would be awesome.
if
and-
not
and-
Saturday,
and we obviously
we're
know-
penciling you down now. for
Yes,
the
please.
local
Please.
one.
And would that would be at his gym, or
Somewhere local.
Okay.
It's to
Well,
be determined.
and I will say, I have been to Penguin City, and they put on a pretty nice fight night down there. I would love to get. That would be a great place to get Zion down there. Is there, when you're going in the ring, do you have like an entrance song, or is it just like you kind of, because that's kind of what you see, all the pomp and circumstance and all the lights and stuff, or is it just like it's all business? All business. Okay.
This is
yeah.
a good
No,
question.
yep.
So if they said you have to pick a walkout song, you have to. We're going to give you a walkout song.
I don't know.
Like if you were like listening to the radio, what song would you stop and turn it up a little bit right now? Do you have any like favorite songs right now?
I've been listening to Mariah Carey.
There you go.
That's fine. Hey, could you imagine though, like
Yeah,
this
man.
tough ass boxer comes out and like, or so think about that one.
Yeah.
And then if maybe for the Youngstown fight too, if like,
Actually, I got it. Let's keep it local and
Yeah.
let's get the Vindies. Are
Yeah.
You ready? That song that's been
Yeah.
with the Pirates and
Yeah.
Pens. It's a female lead
Heck yeah.
singer. There you
why
go.
not? Let's go.
I'll send your dad the link.
Now, when you're in the ring, and like I'm sure you're totally focused on the fighter, but do you ever catch yourself like looking in the crowd or like at the lights or anything like that? Are you ever distracted, or
No.
are you just 100%
When I win,
focused?
then
you're
I'm,
looking?
like looking around, but not really. Once in a while, like before, I used to like look at my dad,
Mhm.
like before I'm about to, but now he's in my corner, so I'm
Yeah.
not gonna do that.
So what? And this is pretty cool, because a couple of my guests too, like I've had some golfers that their dad is their caddy. Your dad is one of your coaches and one of your trainers, and he's in the corner. So when you go to the corner, is it more of a coach, a coach and student, or is it more of a father-daughter?
Coach and student.
Okay.
He's father after I fight.
Okay.
When I'm not fighting,
Yeah.
which I'm not saying he's like super serious,
Yeah.
but like it's
Loves you like a dad, coaches you like a student or
Yes.
an athlete. That's
Mhm.
great. That's great. Do you have any like certain short-term goals after, like, let's just say before this year's out? Like, so we know this fight's coming up on Saturday. Is there anything like in the near future coming up after that?
well, December.
Okay.
That's actually that's the end of the year tournament, and that's the biggest one. That's where you can be number one for the rest of the year.
Okay.
For, like the whole year. So that one,
Okay.
and that is in Louisiana.
Ooh, Louisiana. Okay.
Yes.
Was that in Shreveport as well?
No, it's in Lafayette.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So yeah, that one would definitely be the one that I really want to win.
Okay. Well, let's just get them both, right?
Yeah.
Get them both. Okay. So what can we expect on Saturday when you're heading into the ring? Do you study your opponent, or do you get like tips on, hey, this is what they do, or?
Yeah, usually, not really though. We don't really spend a lot of time studying, but if we see something and we look, we'll see, but it's not really we don't focus on just that.
Sure.
They're always changing. They're always doing different stuff, so you can't really focus on that one video or that one thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, you don't really know what to expect, but
sometimes, because I asked that as a former coach, we all would always watch tape and film on our opponent, but sometimes at the end of the day, it's they're going to do what they do, but I got to work on me. I got to work on myself. So
yeah, so there's things we can fix, then we'll fix them, but there's really not a lot you can do.
Okay.
Just keep working.
Okay. No, that's awesome. Now, I'm going to just wrap up with a couple questions here. What, for someone that might be watching that is interested in boxing, whether it's a boy, whether it's a girl, whether they're 15, whether they're 6, I don't know. What kind of advice would you give someone that wants to, eventually someday be in your shoes? Yeah.
Well, I would say just push through it. If there's a tough time, you can keep going, because there was a lot of ups and downs in boxing, and sometimes you just don't want to fight.
Yeah,
And,
right.
I don't know if this is for me, but then you got winning. Probably that, and also move your head, because when I was younger, I did not move my head
Okay.
like at all. And so like now I do, and I'm
Mhm.
getting better at it. So
Okay.
probably move your head and that.
What's a post-fight recovery look like for you? So,
Massages,
okay.
like usually,
And that's another part of the
Exactly.
expense that goes into
and
that.
also there's this cryotherapy.
Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Love
that I
cryo.
was going to for a little bit. It's just so that too.
Do you have a
Super
local
expensive.
place you go
Yeah.
to for that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, really cool.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
yep. And that's I've been there too.
But when we
And-
talk about fundraising, like it's stuff
Mhm.
like that you might not think about. Like the casual person's like, okay, gloves and shoes.
Yeah, right. No.
Like
No.
there's so much more.
Well, yeah, and I mean
and the girls that she's gonna be competing against are
Mhm.
doing this.
mhm.
You know, like once
Exactly.
she gets to this, and it's just gonna get harder and harder. You know, a lot of these
yeah.
girls that I've heard about, all the
Mhm.
money, like they're in like Texas, and they got these huge camps, like with money galore behind them, and it's just not here.
Yeah.
Which, to
But-
me makes you stronger. Like there's ups, there's goods and bads with
Sure.
it both, but like you can't just not do it.
Right.
Yeah, like,
Right.
And the way I look at it is, we have a once in a generation talent in
Mhm.
our backyard that's looking to break through the glass here.
Yeah.
And I think it's our duty as a town to do what we
100%.
can to embrace it and support it, even if it's with a $5 raffle ticket.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And-
So there are a lot. I don't want to say, like, this area, obviously, kind of like boxing. We have our ups, we have our downs, and we also have, people that might be financially struggling, but we got a lot of people on the other end of that
Yeah.
too. So if there's a business out there and they want to be a supporter of you or an individual, remind us of that, your Facebook page, and anywhere else they can reach out to you guys.
Yeah, so you can either go on my Zion Hensley official on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
and to support me, you could, just go to Pure Grit and
Mhm.
buy some Youngstown boots for this stuff, and
Okay.
that'd be awesome. And also, all my profit goes to right now for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And Jeremy's obviously doing a great thing with this giveaway. So Jeremy, one more time, let's remind people how they can enter that stuff.
Yeah, go on our page. We'll be posting more posts, but you'll see
So
the posts with the gloves, and you could actually watch her do a pizza review with me. And it has my Venmo, PayPal, Cash App,
Mm-hmm.
and the ticket prices, they range, $5 for a ticket. But then we give you deals on tickets the more
Yeah.
you donate. And then also you could go to St. A's Bistro in Struthers, grab a pizza, and you don't have to buy a pizza to get a raffle ticket, but you might as well when you're there.
Can I throw
And-
out a fundraiser idea?
Yeah, go ahead. We're open there.
I'm going to put the fun in fundraiser. So, like the
Get punched in
MLO
the
bros,
face by Zion.
Yeah.
Well,
I know what you're going, because we've talked about it. If
So,
it's Luke getting punched in the gut.
or just he has to have his hands tied behind his back. We can give him the helmet, the protective, but he's got to wear his hands behind his back for a 1 minute round. Or maybe people say, I'll be the scapegoat for this or whatever, and you can donate X amount, and if you get, we'll throw this person or this person in the ring. You get to pick which one of the two. So
We've talked about it.
I think that would definitely
We also talked about, and I think it's going to end up happening, Isaac from the MLO
Yeah, the
Bros.
whole training session thing.
They're going to train.
Okay.
He's going to do her training.
Okay.
today.
and then he's gonna puke.
And then, yeah. Luke and I were like, it's not even fun to even mention us, because it'll be a 30-second
What
video.
I would like one time, and maybe we'll come down and film you guys down at Kelly's studio or something sometime. I'd like to do what I see your dad doing, is just hold up the gloves and moving them. I don't want to get hit in the face. I don't
Dude,
want
I
any
did it
body
once,
shots.
And when you feel how
Oh,
hard she hit,
Yeah.
it's insane.
But that, I think, would put a even better perspective on just the power and the strength of, what'd you say, you're 106?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm exactly double that.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So Zion, it's been awesome to meet you, and I appreciate you coming down.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And anytime you, your dad, Kelly, any of your coaches are welcome to come down. Jeremy obviously knows he's got an open invite, except next time he's going to bring pizza.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
dropped
deal.
ball today.
But make sure you get out, support this awesome young athlete, and hopefully we can get a local bout in the future.
Yeah.
And I mean, we got a local one coming up. If you got a chance on Saturday, get out to we used to say Wexford,
Hour and 10
Pennsylvania.
minute drive
Yeah,
from Boardman.
it's I mean it's right down the road. Jump on the turnpike and you're there. And so get out and see her. But hopefully we get you Youngstown, and you'd probably be one of the headliners on that bout, no doubt.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking forward to seeing you do great things. Keep doing what you're doing. Make sure to follow her page, Zion Hensley Official. Make sure to check out Jeremy's Youngstown Pizza Reviews fundraiser that he's got going on. And all supports a great cause, great kid, great athlete. And I mean, hey, a local athlete in our town that's going to go on and do some great things. So Zion, Jeremy, Jason, thank you guys for coming down. You've been watching the 330 Sports Show. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, all that stuff to not just my page, but Youngstown Studio as well. So for these guys, we'll see you on Thursday. Everybody have a great day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. If you like our programming, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow our Facebook page, or subscribe to your favorite podcast platform like iTunes or Spotify. This is original Youngstown content.